All right, guys, welcome to Spoken Truth Revival. We're going to get into a really nice topic, a nice, interesting one that I like a lot. I think it is the mantra for Spoken Truth Revival, and it has to deal with afflictions. It actually has to deal with pruning, when God prunes us. And the difficulty about that as we're going through a spiritual growth. Now, have you ever been in a situation where you pray to God to grow you? You want more growth, you want more substance in your life. And as you go through that, all of a sudden life gets a little difficult. It gets a little bit more impactful, it gets more crazy, more chaotic. That has happened to a lot of us. It's happened to me a lot in the last couple of years. But the thing is that when I started to understand it more of where it was coming from, especially in my situation, things made sense. So we're going to dive into it. The one thing I want to say is before we get into this is when people think about afflictions, the Bible uses the word afflictions a lot. I call them trials, storms. That way it'd be easy for you guys to understand when we get hurt, right? One thing that we like to do is always focus on the enemy. We're always saying that it's the enemy. We're always saying it's the devil that's attacking us. Oh, Lord, something's going on in my life right now. Please take it away. Please take it away. But have you ever asked God, is this you? God, what's happening in my life right now? What is going on? What is the situation? What is happening? The Bible is very clear on a lot of different points of how God prunes us. Let's put it that way. We can find it in the book of John 15, I believe it is. And it says that, well, Jesus says, I am the vine, I am the true vine, and God is the gardener. And he also says that God, the Father, right, will take away every dead branch that does not bear fruit in him, and whatever branch is bearing good fruit, he prunes. Pruning is guaranteed. Pruning is guaranteed. The trimming, the defoliation, if you want to call it, all of that is going to happen to us. So in these trials, in these moments, whenever we're going through this, and especially if we're trying to grow more in him and we're trying to develop more of a relationship with God, be expected to go through these seasons where he takes his time to prune and to take away certain things and stuff like that. Now, what is the goal of pruning? To produce more fruit. To produce more fruit, but not in comfort. It's not to bring more comfortability to your life. It's to take away certain things that are affecting your walk with him and to grow or mature the good fruits that are actually developing. So we go through seasons like that. We go through those types of things, right? And so when we're looking at dead branches, which are habits that choke our growth. And what type of habits are we talking about? It could be anything. It could be, let's say here, beliefs not in the word, right? Certain beliefs that you have that do not align with what the word has. Certain behaviors that you have in your life that are affecting your walk with God. And God sees this, and God is trying to bring more purpose into your life or to fulfill your purpose that he already has planted in you like a seed, right? And to be able to get you to this right moment, to get you to exactly where you need to be, he needs to eliminate these dead branches. He needs to get rid of them, right? It could be also relationships that drown faith, relationships that you're involved with. It could be any type of relationship. But this pruning happens because it's something that needs to be done. It needs to happen. It needs to be able to, to get rid of it. So that way our growth with God can grow more as we progress in our life all the way until we meet him at the end. So afflictions aren't bad. Afflictions, you can look at them as learning lessons. We got to stop looking at these pains and these trials and these storms that we're going through as, oh man, here we go again. This is here to destroy me. This is here, this and that. Instead of reacting, we need to respond. At the same time of responding, we need to ask the questions. The right questions is, what is the purpose behind this? What is happening here? Why am I going through such a situation that, feels so horrible at the moment right now? So the one thing we understand too is that new growth is promised. We see that as David in Psalms, right? Psalms 119:71. Yeah, 119:71 says that it was good for him to be afflicted because it was teaching him the decrees of God. It was good for me to be afflicted. So even David recognizes this here. They're saying that it was good for him to be touched for a moment, to be able to get back in line, because some of us come out of an alignment and we need to get right back into that alignment with God again. So God will prune, God will do these certain things. If you look at a plant, right, whenever you lay a seed down into the ground, and for the root to be able to stretch more down, right, you're watering it, but as you're watering, there's some days that you really don't water as much or you don't water at all. And why? So the root can go searching for the water, and as it does that, the root goes digging deeper and deeper and deeper looking for it, and it grows stronger roots. The root system is always the most important for any plant, and that's also in our spiritual life. Our root system has to grow, but in order for that to happen, God, the gardener, has to come in and he has to do his pruning. He has to do his cultivating in our lives, in whichever area of our life is affecting us. So it's always good. It's always good. God's not leaving you empty. He's making your space better. God is not leaving us empty. He's leaving your space even more better than what it is and than what you thought it was. So I'm speaking on this to a lot of us who are going through it. Men, family men, even women, it doesn't even matter. It's just all of us who are going through these times right now, especially in this era. We need to learn how to grow more. We need to learn how to recognize when it's God and stop being so focused on, okay, it's not him, and what do we need to do now? So my challenge to you is don't fight the cut. Don't fight the pruning. Don't fight the pruning at all. You ask the question, like I was saying before, what am I being pruned for? Why am I going through this season right now with God? Ask that question, challenge it, right? Stay connected to Jesus, stay connected to the vine, as it says in the Bible in John 15. And once you start doing that, you start understanding these certain points of your life and understanding what growth really means and why you're going through that pruning season. It's not always comfortable, but it will build growth in you and it will build strong roots. Thank you guys for joining in. Hit that bell, like, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next video. God bless.